We have a 12-year-old boxer named Bree. She loves going for walks, so during the cold winter months we let her wear a winter jacket. Her size is L, but her body is a bit longer, so when we purchase the large jacket, 1/3 of her body will still be exposed. As you can see, I do not put the leash through the leash hole, because by doing so the jacket is pulled forward and 1/3 of her back is exposed. On the other hand, by not using the leash hole, this leaves the back of her neck exposed. In other words, the make-to-fit length does not fit our Bree. Then I found a fluffy, UGG-looking vest at TjMaxx that was perfect for her body length. I could work with this and make a custom jacket that will fit Bree's body. I think this would look great on Bree. Plus, it will keep her warm when the winter's frigid temp takes. So this time I tried to transform this Sherpa vest into a Sherpa winter jacket for Bree. Since it is hard to sew fluffed fabrics with a sewing machine, another option is to finish by hand backstitching. I use a sewing machine with a webbed barrier tape to hold it in place between the press and the fabric. This tape allows me to grab and hold the fabric and move it along the needle to sew without the fabric slipping or twisting at the seam. And also use free motion sewing gloves. These gloves have rubber fingertips, so you can grab the light fabric and move it firmly under the needle. Not required, but is recommended. I want to make a V-neck, so I leave 4 inches by the neck hole. Bree is a very active girl, so the armholes affect her mobility. I use Bree's current jacket as a pattern around her arm. The fabric is double layered. I will use safety pins along the cut lines to prevent shifting. I let Bree try it on, adjusted it around her chest and marked it. top of the shoulder is slightly open, so use the pockets that were set aside to add a little more bulk around the shoulder. The back of the neck area is slightly raised. I will make it flat so that it is more parallel to the back line. Almost complete. Around the neck area is a bit short and empty. There will be leftover pieces I can use to fill in. At first, I was thinking of using these pieces to make a hoop. I applied mesh as a lining. But then I realized there wasn't enough to make for a hoop, so I changed my plans. So if you're wondering about the mesh backing, that is why. Final touch, I'll make a leash hole. At first I was going to use the bias from the vest I set aside, but it is not wide enough to cover around the leash hole. So I decided to cover the leash hole with leftover fabric. It came out pretty good. When I found this vest, I initially thought the neck area would be the tricky part. I thought I could transform this vest easily by making a few changes, but I struggled a bit more than I expected. I purchased the vest in size large based upon the length of her back. It is a Sherpa fabric, so using a sewing machine was a challenge. Hand sewing was not a problem, and the seams came out clean and unnoticeable. The vest was the right size around the chest, but I needed to add some extra fabric for the neck. So throughout this process, I learned that if you are going to make a jacket for your dog from human clothes, it is better to know your dog's exact size, especially if it is a large dog. Also, choose a size slightly larger than the actual size. I purchased the vest at TjMaxx on the cheap, but there are many more available at thrift stores. If you are interested, please give it a try. Next winter, I'll use this experience to make another jacket for her using a puff jacket that I no longer wear. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See ya!